Cancer, what is going on? I hope you're well. Thank you so much for tuning in to Purusha Intuitive. I am Deborah, founder of Purusha Holistic Wellness. So let's see what this energy, what this vibe is going on. Sunglasses, something that you're, kind of watching happen. I feel like on the outside, on the outskirts, you're not really, maybe something you weren't expecting. You're feeling like a little bit out of sorts. I feel like something has manifested that you maybe felt, Cancer, you're very in touch with your intuition. You felt that it was coming, but I feel like now that it's actually happening, it is a big surprise. It is a big wake-up call. And it is definitely going to shift a lot of your life and what's happening. It looks like it's a complete cycle change. That Phoenix is all about burning out the old in order to bring in the new, And I feel like this is actually, I like this energy for you, Cancer, because it's actually getting you to a better space, Maybe you have been dealing with someone for a while and it's kind of been a lot, right? It's been a stronghold over your energy, like you always kind of have to be in the shade, in the dark, in the shadows. So yeah, thanks guys for tuning in. I'm Deborah with Purusha Holistic Wellness. These are general collective readings for Cancer for December. They're timeless, honestly. If the message resonates, it's definitely meant for you. I appreciate your time and energy tuning in. Let's take a deeper dive. Let's look. So I feel like you're not really expecting it to turn out in a good way. There might be an element where you're kind of forced to make these changes, is how I'm hearing it, right? Sorry for that glare, guys. But you're forced to make these changes. And I think it is a little bit of a tower moment, meaning where the rug kind of gets pulled out from underneath us. You're seeing things. I think that this is a little bit of a wake-up call, and this is kind of surrounding things that are a little bit toxic in your environment, in your surroundings. Maybe you weren't even paying attention to this before, maybe you were keeping this Queen of Pentacles. This is earth energy. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Shoot, Capricorn energy, strong. Dealing with, an earth sign. Maybe someone who kind of dragged you down a little bit. Someone who has kind of put you on the back burner. Maybe taken advantage. This is kind of a toxic energy, and you're having these revelations around this person. Let me look a little bit more at them, guys. But things like this are never easy to move through, right? The value, the silver lining is it is getting you to a better space. It's bringing you to paradise, right? So I feel like this person has been focusing, they've been focusing on a lot on what makes them feel happy and what makes them feel fulfilled. And, I think that, dude, are they with something else? With someone else, They're waiting on something. This feels like they, third party. For some, remember this is general collective reading, right? For some of you, there's some third party energy showing up, This relationship has maybe not manifested 100%, because with that Three of Wands, we're seeing that it's still like waiting on how things are going to work out, how things are going to pan out. Let's see how this affects you. Yeah, it's kind of like putting you, You know, they might be breaking up with you. They might be kind of leaving you behind, you know. There is this element of, you know, maybe you helped them out financially. Maybe you were more of a financially stable partner for them. Because you're vibing in this very, you know, material. Yeah, dude, this is all pentacles in your energy. So, I mean, I think that's good, Cancer, because you know, you're not necessarily reacting out of emotion. You know, maybe you've kind of been watching the dynamics of this individual for quite some time. So even though what's happening wasn't 100% expected, you still knew it was coming, right, at some point. The value is it's actually giving you a little bit more of a rebirth, renewal. And it's in a good way, like we talked about. I'm gonna put these back in. So yeah, just like I said, I mean, you do feel very grounded. Your energy feels very stable. Like I said, I think you have a lot of clarity about what you don't want. And I feel like this person has kind of been emanating those vibes for quite some time. Like I said, there is a little bit of a third party vibe, or them shifting their energy, their focus into something else. But they haven't given you enough time, is what I'm hearing. It's almost like they're making these decisions, right, out of pure emotion. I feel like even with this Lovers card, there's a little bit of ideology behind that. Like, right? So where it's a little bit fanciful, you know, because they feel like they're all over the place. They might not be able to juggle what they have going on in life. They're trying to make decisions from this space of empowerment. And I think they are. I think they are, but I don't know if I'm 100% convinced. Yeah, because it's coming more. So 9 of Wands, right, is when we're on the defense. To me, this reminds me of, it's like when we've been hurt so many times in our life, we end up kind of walking around with like those barriers, those walls. It feels like they're not taking you into consideration. And I feel like you see this all happening. I feel like this is like breaking your heart a little bit. But, you know, like I said, maybe you're covering up the hurt, the pain with those sunglasses. Maybe you're not showing it to them. You know, you're kind of keeping to yourself, keeping the peace is how I'm hearing it. And you know what? I feel like you might be, like maybe you're not budging on something that, let me ask. Let me see what that's about, right? Yeah, let me ask Spirit. Why is this blocking? So, you know, I mean, I feel like dealing with this person has kind of put you in more of this vibe of, let me do the right thing. That's how it's the right thing, the practical thing, the thing that makes the most sense. But, and we can all deduce that, you know, blah, 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 what looks good on paper, etc. But we know, Cancer, especially for your vibe, that never really works, especially because you are so in touch with your feeling, with your emotion, you know, and I feel like this interaction with this person, it could be business related, it could be a partnership, but it feels very practical. It's not as much about, you know, the connection, the collaboration, and honestly, it shows that it's kind of like stunted some healing for you. Like, and I mean in the way of healing, like when we actually are kind of moving through some of the challenges, obstacles, and pursuing what we want. This person might have given you what's practical, what you needed, what made sense, but not necessarily what you want. And what you don't see yet that's manifesting is new options, new opportunity. This person kind of getting out of your way is a blessing in disguise. And while it might feel a little heavy and like a hard pill to swallow, because it is, right? I think that you're going to, it's going to be like things are going to come to head and you're going to be forced to choose one way or another. Two of Swords it's a very practical decision. You know that this change is already in motion. You know it's happening. You can feel it underneath the surface. Maybe they haven't completely left the picture yet. I think that they're going to ask you for more than what you're willing to give. And I feel like it's going to feel a little bit disconnected. Like there's something about it that's going to kind of put you off is what I'm hearing. And because you feel like your energy, I'm saying this as an observer, your energy feels like you're already showing up and giving to this person and kind of providing a sense of stability and, home and togetherness. Like it feels like you're putting the best effort you can forward considering the circumstances. Where they're more like, it's very, like I said, they're making decisions based off their emotion, based off their feeling, based off of what's best for them. And I think it's going to force you to set more boundaries because like we talked about, they're not specifically taking you into the equation. They could have someone else on the other side. Like I said, that message isn't for everybody. But there's an external factor in their life, in their world, that's pulling them towards to make these decisions that isn't in alignment with your relationship. And I feel like it's probably because you guys have gotten a little bit stagnant. This is something that makes them feel alive. It makes them feel like, well, they finally have passion and a purpose and they know their direction. And I think it's going to unearth a lot of things that maybe you guys haven't been discussing. I feel like as this person is making these decisions, it's helping you get a lot more clear in what you need your boundaries to be. And the gravity of the choices that they're making, Sometimes, especially with people that we love, that we're connected to, we want to give them the benefit of the doubt. And we can, and Cancer, you're great at doing that, It rules that fourth house of home and intimacy and the way we connect with our loved ones and our immediate environment, our surroundings. And I feel like you've definitely given that to this person, but they're not receiving it. They're not seeing it. And then they're kind of being selfish out of that. And this feels like this has been a cycle. This has been a dynamic, probably in your relationship for a long time. And so them making these choices to kind of separate, distance themselves, like I said, it's actually a blessing in disguise. It's going to feel shitty for sure. Loss does, change does, but it's giving a lot more, like I said, that clarity and understanding around what this relationship truly is. Sometimes we just have to recognize, people are around for a period of time. Everything changes, everything moves, and we make a decision one way or the other, And like I said, this person is making it out of pure emotion. Getting pissed about things and not communicating about it is what I'm hearing. Or not communicating in a way that you can hear it. And so I feel like they've kind of just, well, I'm going to do my own thing then, So it's a shift. It's a huge rebirth for both of you, And more is going to unfold. I think that, like I said, you're going to set stronger boundaries. It's going to shift the dynamics of the relationship, and you're coming to head as to whether you're going to continue on with this or not. So I hope that helped, Cancer, with wherever you're at in your situation. Thank you so much for listening, your time, energy. If you enjoyed the video, you know the drill. Thumbs up, share, subscribe. Let's build the community. I would love if you want me to look into your personal situation a little bit deeper. Check out what services I offer. I would totally be honored to help support in whatever way you need. Otherwise, check out the channel for other content. Sending lots of love and blessings always. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.